when you're pursuing something, you go through almost a cycle of mental states. And when you're beginning a program like Smolov, you start off with this excitement, this anticipation, and in the back of your mind, just this little bit of dread, because if you've ever run the program before, you know exactly how hard it's going to be. And if you've never run the program before, people tell you how hard it's going to be, and you have a hard time believing it. And then you run the base meso phase, which is this, and you get to the final week, and you're like, wow, this is the home stretch. I've done this, but I've still got a few more sessions to go. And on this particular workout, I did a 5x5 here at 5:20, and it was so difficult to not try and look past this session, because you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You see being finished. You see that final session being the last thing you have to do, and you just want to get through. But you still have to put yourself in, you kind of have to maintain where you're at and that current presence of mind to say, every single rep I do is an opportunity for me to get better. These are not just checking something off of a list that I have to do. This is me making a conscious effort to improve every single time. And it's really, really difficult to keep that kind of a mentality when it gets so difficult, because I will be completely honest. I did the first 2 sets here and was thinking to myself, holy crap, this is going to be an absolute grind getting through this. And you start to take for granted the opportunities you have to get better. You only have a finite amount of chances to improve when you're doing anything. When you're doing anything that's leading up to an ultimate goal. And for me specifically, I would use that, it's every week, every workout, every rep that you're doing is an opportunity to get better. And it's the same when I'm working with music. Every minute of practice time I have has to be utilized, or else what's the point? Are you wasting the opportunity to get better? And the ultimate good feeling at the end of this is looking back, and no matter how it goes, saying I did everything I could to make the most of this, and I didn't waste the opportunities. And so you have to have that presence of mind to put that kind of focus into everything, but you also have to have the forethought of thinking, I want to make sure that I'm putting everything I have at this moment in there so that I can look back eventually and say I did everything to the best of my ability. And it doesn't matter what other people do. There's no way to control. If I go to this meet, I've said this before, if I go to this meet and someone comes out of nowhere and is better than I am, my effort doesn't change. My ability doesn't change or alter based on that. The only thing that could possibly be different is people's opinion of me based on a comparison to someone else, which I try not to compare myself to other people. I try to compare myself to previous me, to looking back at where I'm coming from. And already I feel like I'm at a better place than I was the last time I ran this program. The last time that I was running Smolov into a meet for this workout, I believe my working weight was 500 pounds. And so I did 500 for my 5 sets of 7 on Thursday, and I'm doing 520 for those sets of 5 today. So I've gone 20 pounds higher from that last training cycle into this training cycle, and then moved on to the bench press. And this was another time where I just wanted to stop. I was so just exhausted. My upper back and my traps were incredibly fatigued from just holding the bar on my back with the squats, and this was rough getting through. This is 355, and I started getting a little loose with the technique, and thank goodness my friend Carl came in somewhere around probably the 5th set, because I think I would have cut it off at 5 if he hadn't have shown up and given me a spot, just because I wasn't as confident in my ability to finish this out cleanly, and I didn't want to just throw away all sense of technique just to get through, and I didn't want to try changing weights around just because I didn't have it today. I just, you have to give it what you can. But thankfully I had a friend who I could trust to spot me. In the last video I had someone request a straight on view. This is the closest I can really get to that, so you can see the tuck. I do get a little hip crazy in this second rep, but there's not really a whole lot that I can change about that now. I was really struggling to stay in the set and to stay in the mindset of, get better with these opportunities, not just not just survive it, because you need to use the opportunities you have, and that was the difficult mindset to keep myself in today. But I still believe it's the most effective when it comes to real improvement. So that was the workout. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, or you got something from it, please leave a like rating, share it with your friends, comment down below. It's always welcome. Subscribe if you're not and you'd like to be along for the grind. Tomorrow's session is the final session of the base mesocycle. I will be doing those squats. I kind of am just making up the deadlift numbers, but I feel like 625 for a couple of singles would be some decent work to get back in. If I don't feel like I'm up for those deadlifts, I may just put them off till Tuesday, because I'm going into a switching phase right after this. So we'll see how that goes. But the important thing is to finish up those squats strong, and I'm going to do everything I can tonight to be ready for that session, physically, mentally, emotionally, all of that tomorrow. So can't wait to talk to you then, and have a good night. Bye.